Good evening, everyone. Here is my most important point video blog response. I really enjoyed my interview with my field expert, Mr. Peer. I guess you would say that he is an expert in the area of distance education, but also education technology and instructional design. He works works with me in the same building at the United States Air Force Expeditionary School. And there they train military members on combat skills training. So there's a lot of distance education and computer based training that goes on there. Mr. Peer didn't really change my ideas or my perspective about distance education, but he did enlighten me on just how vast the integration is with regard to our training and preparation for deployment. He mentioned mobile access, and so I chose to highlight that as an important trend for our interview. I have seen firsthand um, just how much we utilize education, distance education in our education and training program. Our primary mission is defending the nation, but I don't think a lot of people know that education technology is a huge part of that. We use it to advance training objectives to ensure that we're well versed on global activity. It is indeed reshaping how we train because again we use it to teach members how to use electronic weapon systems and to intellectually prepare for our roles in different countries and encounters with different cultures. So it is reshaping the way we train to meet military objectives. And so that's why I chose to highlight as an important trend, because you can find any military member who's preparing to go on a mission away from home, accessing some of the training requirements via a Blackboard, or what we call the Advanced Distributed Learning System, which he mentions ADLS. It tracks our training. It tells us a list of the requirements that we need. There's a portal now for preparing for combat objectives that will let you know just how much information you need or training you need and where to glean or grasp that information from. Again, all accessible from any computer, anywhere, or on your telephone. Now, some of the courses are restricted to a computer because we use our identification card for a lot of access. So there are very few courses that you could access on your computer, and it has to be that if they're a Blackboard, they don't require that CAC access or the computer identification access with your card. But nonetheless, you can still obtain a lot of the training from some of the portals that we have to prepare. So again, distance education, education technology, widespread, and it's just revolutionizing the way we're preparing our members for a lot of their missions. Um, it is streamlined and save money. Streamline communication in terms of meeting our requirements, but it's also helped us save money because, again, to travel to a particular course in the military costs money, same as it would in the civilian sector. But we've had the ability to use the Blackboard and ADLS, this distance education, to get a lot more of our members trained in different areas of the world so that they are ready to meet mission objectives. As I mentioned, Mr. Peer also touched on, you know, the back part of he mentioned some challenges or some advice that he would have with a person like me in delving into instructional design, delving into the latest in terms of some of the computer software. You know, that really wasn't a surprise. Again, like I said, with fiscal challenges, a lot of companies, to include the military, are trying to find out how to get the best lifespan out of their computer software. And then that dictates just how much you can do with programming. But we too in the military, which I learned from my interview with Mr. Mr. Peer, we contract a lot of things out as well as far as training programs. So if we want a program built for us to train our military members to do certain things, we can contract it out and let the company know we prefer Blackboard, or we prefer this particular program. It works better to engage the military members to get the training objectives met. So we're doing a lot with distance education and education technology in the military. Did the interview cause me to reassess my plan after graduation and retirement? Yes and no. I know that I want to teach. Ultimately, that's my goal. I'm partial to the brick and mortar academic environment. Nonetheless, I found out just how many more opportunities there are for civilians that support the distance education programs for the military. So that was enlightening to me. And it lets me know there are job opportunities available for me to do, or to give me an opportunity to still connect with my brother and sisters in arms after I retire. We have an Air University Command, and they are solely in charge of conducting training for professional military, for professional military education, graduate education, continuing education in different specialties, and they do this for officers, enlisted, and civilians throughout their career. So, I mean, that's why that distributed learning systems is so important, because it tracks a lot of the training that we do, as do the portals. And so when we're coming due for something, or something is required, it really is at your fingertips. So education technology is very beneficial in that regard, but that access is just a key point, that mobile access. A lot of us, when we are out and about on like I said, missions, we all have an access or a tough book that's available, or a tablet to us. And it doesn't what I like the most about the mobile capability is a lot of our military members used to miss out on college opportunity, used to miss out on enhancing their professional education with certifications and things like that, because in the deployed environment, you're talking about connectivity and limitation, and so forth. But the way that we have incorporated and integrated distance education into everything that we do now in terms of training, it has just really opened up some doors. So for me, again, it was just an enlightening interview with him, just to see how much we've grown in that area, and we're continuing to progress. Thank you.